Coming to you live at 0600 hours, 58 minutes, Sunday, December 1st. And Grand Rising. Hope everybody doing great. I have some good discussion topics for you to think about coming up in the future. But I want to title this video, The Greatest Racism of All. That just came to me. That I was going to title that. Why I say that is, think about this. I'm learning more and more African Descendant women have a disdainment, a hatred, because of the pains, hurt, and anguish because if you hear every story, 1, 2, 3, 4 men in her life. They would negate all the men that opened the doors for them, all the men that treated them good, and all the men that had some type of great relationships with her. But the thing is about this, I learned, I'm figuring this out little and little, which is hard for me. That's why, to me, I feel as there was never a such thing as black love. It was just more of a such thing as copeability. Who can I cope with? And when that started understanding people didn't heal, then they kept telling us we have all these diseases as depression, anxiety. That's a disease. That's something you catch. That is something you're not born with. I don't call them illnesses because that's an element. An element we are born with we should be able to gain is love, affection, courage, loyalty, faith, trust, grace, things of those nature. Not anxiety, depression, hatred, racism, which is the main focus of this. Racism will never leave. Peep this, and if you haven't figured it out, if we don't destroy racism, we keep relying on other races. Just think about other races. The word racist, race is. It's a race, right? Who's coming in first and why are they coming in first? And how do they keep coming in first? You can't just keep blaming one side of the gender on one race. So if you have the Asian people, you can't just blame the man or the woman. If you have Caribbean, you can't just blame the man or the woman. If you have Euro white, you can't just blame the man or the woman. See, those two are nourishing to each other and they help each other flourish. If one side is not helping the other side, it don't flourish. I don't care how you look at it. But that's a race as a whole. So if you go into your house, right, and the wife is not helping the husband, okay, I keep hearing the same discussion about women, about how they always been loyal. Loyal to what? Loyal to who? Now, if the brother that we so-called always been loyal to have always not been on the same terms with the woman, he was there for excitement. But the brothers that's always overlooked have not got the same love. You see that with the Steve Urkel. He had to be somebody else. He had to be more of the player, smooth operator. I seen it. I watched it and experienced it in real life. I watched men get women, and it made me think about I think and I know women love the facade of words. Women in the action of words is not the same. It don't usually, we can say that about men, but that's not true. Because when men speak, our words is action. But somehow we want to ignore those words because we are used to men not speaking. We ignore the actions of women in her words because we used to women just doing it. And that's what women always been doing. They've been doing it. Men have been doing action and doing it at the same time. But somehow the part when the man actually did it is overlooked. So if I have one woman to show me love, like I tell people, outside of my family, random African descendant women, I never experienced love. I never experienced, and I want to get, now they say African descendant, our women are the most unprotected women. isn't the African Descendant Man the most protected man? And I have a question now. This lady, I'm not so much a name drop because I was part of her. I love the word family than the word follower. I was part of her family, and she always displayed to me a grace upon African descendant men. And then learning recently what she been through, or I must have missed those videos or things. Because my thing is, I don't get into the story until later. I don't want to just do it. And then if your reasoning of doing something cannot just be backed by, how to put it. As I say this, I have a focus, so I have a reason. You gotta have a reason. I got a purpose, mission, and the reason I'm in this position. Because you know why I'm in this position? Because I'm stronger than most men. I know I have my times when I say, young men, I didn't tell them to go out and find. I tell them to go seek out an African descendant woman that fit him. If she don't fit him, and you done your all, because I've done my all. People say, if you truly, honestly, I've done my all. I waited. I supported. I even fed. I clothed. Not even to brag. My African descendant women, those women, I guarantee you they wouldn't say a kind word about me. I find that very odd. But since there's a history of racism, those men will get the culpability of love because they have not experienced that same race man. Think about that. So how do racism exist? The people, so the African descendant women that hate me just because of what her father, uncle, and brother, or some men. It don't take a lot. Because it's not every man that enter her life. Because just as we only, for some reason, we're the only race that can take pain, anguish, all this, and turn it into contempt and disdainment for the whole race. We're the only race that can do that. It's not even about position and power. I hear women say, we don't build, we've been conquered. If we've been conquered by our women too. See, but we don't want to get into that. And that's what I want to walk us through some more understanding with the other spiritual side that the Creator has given me to about the earth and the things that's going on. But we're the reason racism exists. There is no other reason that racism exists. We are the reason. It's not because of them. Because of them, they don't change their outlook. They don't change their view. They have no reason. And to say that African descendant men been conquered, why do they need a gun when they approach me? If I've been conquered so bad, why do you need a weapon? People are going to say, well, that's to subdue you, to kill you. Yeah, you can subdue me or kill me. That's not conquering me. Conquering somebody that comes willingly. And if you think we're coming willingly, you're wrong. We're making choices, just as if the same race woman have a choice to be with me. And we have to look at what type of men and women we're choosing. See, nobody talks about that. See, we get into the race thing, and then the same race, this African descendant women will listen to a book from a person not of the same race and tell her that even the same people that will hug you, kiss you, and have sex with you on the left side, but on this right side have a gun, raping your grandmother, your mother, and killing your brothers and sisters. But then people will say, well, we do it too. But we are the ones that's helping them. We didn't change it. To me, maybe it's a good curse that I am now no longer able to love out of my race. Maybe that's a good curse. Maybe it's a curse. Well, maybe that's a good aura or a good stance. Or maybe it is, I don't want to say a good curse. Because in a way it is. Because we still don't have no understanding of a lot of things of the world, how it was presented to us. Maybe that's good reasoning. And maybe it's not for me. Because what I have to go through, I have to suffer upon suffer for what the same race women suffer. Because every woman have dated till now. Even good, I don't care. I dated all women from all walks of life. You can't just say I dated the chicken head. If you think about it, if I'm in the north, most African descendant young women I'm going to date, don't matter if they born in the suburbs, we are born in a less impoverished area, or our families moved out, but you have family that's born in less impoverished areas. We don't have a generation of generations where we now are all born in a good area. And not because it's black and white, it's a good area because that was better suited to raise our children in an environment, a better atmosphere, so they don't become the product of the environment. Now you see what I'm saying? So as we keep going through all of this, we're going to keep recreating it. This is crazy. I gotta protect a random woman or I'm called less of a man. I'm not building, but the same guy that you get with, he's not building. He just enjoying the spoils of what his ancestors. I'm enjoying the spoils too. I'm finally able to vote. I'm finally to build a business. But then we elect people that don't look as us. Then we follow and listen to people that don't look as us and try to get information. But you gotta remember, their mother and fathers have passed down to them. Their ancestors passed down to them. The same thing we was passed down. So if I was passed down Martin Luther King and the other person was passed down the Grand Master from the KKK, but somehow an African descendant woman marries one of his part of his generation, how does that help us as a race? See, we don't see, and that's the thing. This is what I hate about. This is what I hate about you, African descendant women. You won't put two and two together, or you won't put one and one together. You put one with five, so that one brother, so those five brothers that hurt you in your life, out of, they just say, I'm gonna give a percentage, 30%, not 30, because that's what us as a race is. Just say 18% of the population of America make up African descendant men. You're taking 4 men. That's 4 men. Out of 14%, let's say that's not even, like, it's like 0.1% of the man that you're going to meet. And this is what you do. You're going to meet, but somehow you group us and lump us in. And a woman said, how come, a man said African descendant women don't deserve protecting. She said, how come the ones, we don't know y'all? You know us. You know the difference. When you see, I don't know a difference. When a woman, if I say hi and I walk by and she says nothing, come on, women, think about this. That is the men you might not want to talk to if he don't even open the door for you. But somehow, this our same race women, African descendant women, you are attracted to him still for somehow. But let that good dude do something wrong in your eyes. Because it's in your eyes. It's not in the eyes of all people. Because remember, he's a good dude. He's not doing things to actually hurt you on intention. Now, if I go out with you and say, I don't want to talk to you, or something that's happening, it's like, that's not hurting you. That's what I'm getting the notion from a lot of African descendant women. You're being hurt by things we are saying, but somehow those things we are saying is not aligning to your words. So if an African descendant woman deserves protection, do an African descendant man deserve nursing? And I learned, and I heard this now a couple of times, a lot of African descendant women said, no, I did not nurture from day one. Before this idea in their head that we don't protect them, when they thought we were great, she said no. So far, 2 women said no, but the other ones didn't act. It was like about 8. I think 2 said no. 1 kind of answered and not answered the question, but her answer was almost a maybe. So I can take that, because I mean you pick and choose. And so the question was asked, what type of woman deserve our protection? And the women say, well, it's a win-lose. No, it's not a win-lose. Either that woman exemplifies she need protection or she don't. And we came to an understanding in which a lot of women, even this woman, said the same thing, that No, a woman that's pushing a man away. But when the time need, so if you call him, if you're ignoring me forever, and then let's say we in an office setting, we at work, we work together, we work around each other. She's ignoring me in the setting, and I say hi to her every day, and she don't say hi back. Then one day I'm walking by, and something happens. She sees me, I say hi again. Even before this happened, she drops all her papers on the floor. This is what I'm saying. Do she deserve that man's help? Now we can say, well, protection is different. Well, she just said she don't need men. She don't need her race. Other men, other races protect her. But I noticed this too. The woman say I wasn't lying, and the white man stuck up for her because the person tried to skip her, or this Greek guy, or this other guy. See, they noticed that. But I would ask them, so how many times have a black African descendant man done this? She'll say none. But she was like, there was times when this happened. He helped me. See what I'm saying? That the idea of just that's why I say we create this racism of another race just helping her for some odd reason. She got it stuck. I call it whitewash. See, when I say it to them, I say you're whitewash. They don't. A lot of women don't even know what that means, and I explain it, and then they don't even get mad because you know why they don't get mad? Because I'm not saying that to hurt them. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that that's true. Like a African descendant woman told me she didn't like me. She said, quote unquote, like. And I said, why? Because I'm black. She paused for a minute. She went into her reasoning. And I said, that just sounds like I'm black. You named everything about the pain you went through from one man. But somehow, you decided to take those same ideas from me just being around you and listening to me. I'm in the class. This was a class setting with women. It was taking CNA. And I said, you took a bunch of things that you hate about African descendant men and you threw them at me. And then as soon as I did something, so my thing was, we was doing the feet skill. We had to learn how to do the feet. It's so many steps. You got to learn it that way. She got irritated by me. That was one of the things she brought up. I said, you brought up to me about feet. I'm in the class with women. I said, wow. And it was African descendant women. Only her and another one had other one was happy that a man, especially an African descendant man, was willing to touch their feet and peep this game. Listen to the key words which African descendant women don't listen to. I was going to cherish their feet. I was going to nurture their feet. But when I get sick, who nurtures me? It's as if saying, and then this is the greatest hate. I hate hearing it of all. Even that, I don't care if you swear. I know you're racist, but the greatest hate I hear of all is when you compare another race man to me. It's like I never compare another. I never listen to all my talks when I get on this subject, this discussion. I don't bring up other race women about Africa. There is no. I'm not even. Let's get rid of beauty. Let's get rid of all the things that we talk about a woman. Let's talk about something different. Let's talk about strength. I don't mean manness, strength. My mother is strong. She is strong, not because of what my father did. My mother had a story when she went through. She wasn't raped, but her attacks came from. She know that African descendant men did things, but at the same light, she didn't give one more than the other. But I can understand if an African descendant man raped an African descendant woman. Okay, that man should feel all the wrath that he deserves. The next line of men should not. Now you got to make a decision on how you got to focus, a purpose, mission, and position. See, you don't want to take that. See, you have a focus, but your purpose with him. What is a purpose? It's easy to find good men. I find good women all the time. But you know who good women love the most? Think about it. I don't even have to say it. Good women love a certain type of man. The same one. The Lauras of the world of the Family Matters, she loved the Stefan. We call it swag now. All it is character, attitude, and personality, or persona, and that's cool. But then when our same race women love or desire the same type of men, like the nerdy or the men that can have some knowledge besides the Bible knowledge, or not the streets, without the streets, but he was born in the same areas as the other dude. Like, think about this. I laugh. A woman told me she loved like the hood dudes. I said, I'm born in Langfield. She said, oh. And I said, okay. And I asked her again, just to be funny, what type of dudes you love? I love the hood dudes. And she ain't get it. So I said, guess what? I'm born in the hood. She just looked at me. And I said, and when she looked at me, I said, exactly. So what type of men you love or desire? She didn't say nothing. But see, I want us to really think about that. So if I never done nothing wrong to an African descendant woman, just like African descendant woman said, she never done wrong to me. She never did nothing to me. But she gotta look at this. If you have some type of I can feel that. A little boy can feel that. African descendant young man can feel that. By the way you look at them, the way you respond to me. It's not that, oh, I got depression or anxiety. No, I don't know. We taking this depression and anxiety to a new level with character. My depression and anxiety, if that affects your character, no, you have some serious problems. That means you should be working on more than your anxiety and depression. Then you got some other things going on in your life that you battling. Because it's never in my whole life, even if I didn't even think about it or try, just because I was feeling down that day, I didn't treat no person like sugar, honey, iced tea. Sorry, that's BS. I gotta call that out. I'm gonna gaslight that. I treated you bad because I'm on my period. I talked down to you because I was depressed. I had a bad attitude because of something else that I had nothing to do with. You aimed it towards me. No, I'm calling that out. And if that's viable and logical, if I didn't make sense, then I don't know where we go as a race, because we're not together. We don't love each other. I said that to a woman. She said, oh, that don't make sense. I said, yeah, we don't love each other. See, I'm not supposed to love everybody. But say unto us, I say unto all. It's our path, it's our journey, it's our choice. We should make wiser decisions, but hopefully in the future we do. But till then, be your best, have a great day, enjoy life, be you. Shalom.